Good day, gentlemen. So, you've realized she's the one, but what do you do now? You've worked so hard to get to this point. You watched all these videos on how to get the girl, but all these immature YouTubers, they didn't tell you what to do next because that's not what gets them views. Now, I've been with my woman for over 6 years and we've built a fantastic relationship together. But the truth is, it's not necessarily about finding the one. What it really is about is building the one relationship. So I want to share 4 crucial lessons with you. And you need to understand all of these to make sure that you can actually build the one relationship with this woman that you're with now, instead of losing her and having to go through this whole annoying, exhausting dating process once again. And of course, we're not going to go into any surface level bullshit like how to propose. We're going to go deep here. Now, for lesson number 1, we're all a bit scared of acting truly authentic. But right now that you've realized she's the one, it is time for you to be real, to be fully authentic, to fully lean into your authentic self, and to see whether she aligns with that. One of the people who talks about this a lot, but who is also very successful in life, is the bodybuilder, entrepreneur, husband, and now recently father, Chris Bumstead, C-Bum, and which is a funny name in itself, C-Bum. But anyway, he talks about this, and he says basically, you attract who you are. And that doesn't just go for attracting a partner, it also goes for how your partner acts around you, right? Do you want a partner who's fully honest with you, fully authentic with you? Well, then you have to be that as well. And not just that, the podcast that Chris Bumstead recently did with Chris Williamson, Modern Wisdom podcast, Chris Williamson also said something that really stuck with me, which was, if you don't act fully authentic, you will have someone in your life who doesn't even love you for who you are, or the person who would have made you a better version of yourself won't stick around. Please get that into your head. If you don't actually act authentic, the person who would have made you a better version of yourself won't stick around. And you might be like, oh, but I already attracted my partner. They're already attracted to me. Yes, but they need to stay attracted to you. In a partnership, you need to continue attracting your partner every single day, right? You need, of course, not every single day, you get the point. Sometimes you have phases where you're not as attractive to them. But it is about, again, building the one relationship. And for that, if you want to build that one relationship with a person who truly loves you for who you are, well, then you need to show who you truly are. Here's what most men don't realize. Once you actually put out your authentic self in a relationship, you will realize that you're not a burden to your partner. Even if you ask for help or you feel like a burden to them sometimes, right? Which can happen. You're not a burden to them. They actually feel loved by that. They feel needed. They feel important to you. They feel like you actually care about them, telling them about whatever you're going through at the end of the day, right? And I'm not saying to whine and complain, whatever. Like, you always should say, hey, this is what I'm going through, and this is how I'm going to solve it. Or do you like asking for help genuinely, right? But not whining, not complaining. We're not going to talk about any of that childish bullshit here, right? But really what it's about, right? Let's look at attachment styles, for example, right? All the red pill guys, all the men going their own way, whatever, all the manosphere guys, what they always say is, oh, you need to act very avoidant, right? Don't text back quickly, act avoidant, act like you don't care about her. That's what will attract her. Yes, that's what will attract a woman who thinks that that's what love feels like, because that's the sense of love that she got from her father, from her mother, while she was growing up. Do you want such a woman in your life? Probably not. You probably want a woman who has gotten a secure sense of love while growing up and who can continue giving that secure sense of love to you and to your future children, who's an awesome caretaker, an awesome mother. That's probably who you want in your life. And that woman will run away if you act avoidant, if you act just in these immature ways. If she can see that who you truly are and who you act as do not align. And I've said this many times, but I'll say it again. If she is at all connected to her feminine intuition, she can see right through your facade. And the question becomes how much longer she will put up with your immature bullshit of acting to satisfy hypergamy. You know, if any of these red pill guys who say, oh, you need to satisfy hypergamy, if any of them actually had something going for them in their life, they wouldn't have to say this shit because their actions and their life would speak louder than their words. But they think, oh, I need to not text back, to act busy, whatever. It's complete fucking nonsense. And a woman who's actually high quality, who actually is a good mother for your children, who actually will be a good wife, she will not put up with that bullshit. The right woman will actually feel unburdened when you lean into your authentic self. This is exactly what happened with my woman as well. The moment, like with every step that I took to acting more authentic, we felt more connected, we became more connected, our sex life improved, and I felt loved for who I truly am. And that felt very fulfilling, because that's a feeling that, unfortunately, I have not gotten for most of my life from my parents. And at the end of the day, not blaming my parents here, but I know that a lot of you guys are going through the same stuff, where you have never actually felt truly loved for who you are, and you're scared of leaning into your authentic self. I'm telling you, with every step that you do, the right woman will feel more connected to you, will feel unburdened by seeing you, like actually trusting her at the end of the day. This is a process, but start this process as soon as you can, brother. Now, lesson number 2 is stop running away from your insecurities to protect yourself. Conquer them instead. Overcome your insecurities. This was crucial for one of my recent clients who actually, funnily enough, the guy got married 2 weeks ago and he sent me his wedding video. And dude, it was so funny. Like, the whole wedding video, and at the end, like, they had a funny dance and everything. Dude, holy shit. What a fulfilling life. I helped this guy get married. Holy shit. Anyway, he struggled heavily with anxious attachment, especially when his girl went out with her girlfriends and without him, right? Which is something that's completely okay. She went out with her girls. Rationally, he knew that she wouldn't do anything bad or anything like that, right? But emotionally, he didn't really know that. And he really struggled in those moments. He couldn't fall asleep. He's got into these negative thought patterns, and it really upset him. But the thing is, he never was able to actually communicate that to her. He always acted like everything was okay. And so that led to a lot of resentment, a lot of fights over time, because she knew there was something going on, but she didn't know what was going on. And he didn't tell her because he felt like he shouldn't share that stuff. And over time, that built resentment, built bitterness, and led to a lot of fights. And man, when he finally shared this stuff with her, she actually showed herself as a great woman, because she very much supported him. And she said, hey, I won't go out with my girls anymore. Let's cut this. If this makes you so upset and insecure, that's completely okay. Let's not do this anymore. And that's great. But he did the right thing. He refused, because he knew that her not going out with her girlfriends, her not going out without him, isn't a lifelong solution. He knew that this insecurity would pop up in other places as well. And he knew that he had to overcome this insecurity instead of running away from it to protect himself, to make himself feel good in the moment. He knew he had to take the path of delayed gratification. And that's why he started working with me. And once he then learned how to regulate himself and trained himself to be stronger in these moments and regulating himself in these moments, he actually realized, hey, I can lean into these fears. There's nothing to be afraid of here. I can actually look at these insecurities, look at these fears. And his woman was very supportive of all that. And that's when everything flipped for him. That's when everything flipped. And he still regularly texts me or sends me voice note of like, bro, I can't believe, like, we don't fight anymore. Nothing like this is going on anymore. I don't really feel insecure anymore. Sure, there's still a bit of work to do, but I know exactly what to do. I'm on the right path. He's so hyped. And ultimately, that's what reassured him in proposing to her, and now they're fucking married, which is insane to me. And so for you right now, ask yourself these 2 crucial questions. Firstly, what might I be running away from? And then secondly, what might I be protecting myself from? Really ponder upon those questions. And if you're a decently successful guy in his 20s and you found the woman that you want to spend your life with, but the relationship isn't going as great as you would want it to, you can always apply for my mentorship. There's a link in the description. Check it out. Lesson number 3 is, if you sacrifice your goals, you sacrifice your relationship. Let me explain. Have you ever been in this situation where you said yes to something even though you wanted to work on your goals? What happened? You couldn't even enjoy the thing that you said yes to. You constantly thought about the work that you didn't get done. So physically you were there, but mentally you were completely somewhere else. You started resenting that person who actually even asked you out in the first place. And you also start getting upset with yourself for not having the balls to say no. A lot of ambitious, driven men struggle with this. And it was the same exact thing with my girl and I. She always wants to spend more time with me. Till this day, she always wants to spend more and more time with me. And in the past, because I was quite a people pleaser when I was younger, I just was like, yeah, sure, like, let's spend more time together. I was afraid that if I don't spend more time together, she's not gonna love me anymore or something like that, right? That was the subconscious thought. And so I just spent more time with her. But what actually happened? Well, we didn't even really enjoy that time because I wasn't mentally there. We didn't feel connected. She didn't enjoy that time. I didn't enjoy that time. I resented myself. She resented me. I resented her. Whatever, like the whole fucking chaos. And also, I didn't get my work done. I didn't actually get to the point that I wanted to go to in life. I didn't actually achieve the goals that I wanted to achieve. So it's a complete lose-lose situation. Being in this whole situation and noticing how actually it had such a bad effect on both my goals and my relationship taught me one very valuable lesson. Dude, I can't talk anymore. That lesson was there can only be one priority. And actually recently I read this book called Essentialism by Greg McKeown. And he talks about in that book how the word priority emerged in the English language around the 1400s. And then it stayed like that for the next 500 years, meaning the prior thing, the very first, most important thing. That's what priority meant. And then in the 1900s, we changed it to priorities. So suddenly there could be multiple first things, which doesn't make any fucking sense. And here's the thing, brother. If you're in a life phase right now where your goals are your most important thing, then please make them the most important thing and be very honest about that with your woman. Don't sugarcoat it or anything. Learn to say no in a loving way. Of course, I'm not saying that your family, your relationship, your marriage can't be the priority. But if you are in a life phase right now where your goals are important to you and where you want to work on them, then please make them the priority, because otherwise your woman ends up having a man by her side who is resentful, who is bitter. And of course, there are emergencies where you have to prioritize spending time with your woman, but that happens like twice a year, so don't use that as an excuse to not say no to her. And I had to learn, quite frankly, to say no to her in a loving way, in a way of helping her understand why I'm doing this, that I'm doing this for the greater good at the end of the day, and really helping her understand, like, hey, if I spend time with you right now, I wouldn't be present anyway. It wouldn't serve you, it wouldn't serve me, it wouldn't serve my goals. It's a lose-lose-lose situation, and we would resent each other more. And learn to say no. Because at the end of the day, if you learn to say no in a loving way to your woman, you will be surprised by how much that actually deepens the connection between you and her. Because if she can't trust your no, she can also not trust your yes. Now, lesson number 4 is the most important lesson in this whole video, because I always keep the most important lessons to the end of these videos, so only the guys like you who are truly committed, only those get those great lessons. And so lesson number 4 is become anti-fragile. Your goal in your relationship shouldn't be resilience, just withstanding whatever problems and challenges arise. It should be anti-fragility. That means actually becoming stronger, becoming better, building a better, stronger connection, stronger bond, stronger relationship because of all the challenges you're facing. Here's the thing, man. None of us would be here watching, like none of you would be here watching this video if my relationship didn't have so many challenges. Yes, my girl and I are completely committed to each other, but we had many challenges and problems, like my crippling anxious attachment, right, where I thought she was cheating on me constantly, whatever. Us both working a lot of long distance in the whole relationship over those 6 years. And I mean, there are a lot more stuff, right? My girl getting off birth control, completely losing her sex drive for like a year, all that kind of stuff. We went through those challenges and we overcame them together, and we didn't see them as problems. We saw them as opportunities to actually grow stronger together. I'll give you a few examples, right? I am more secure in my relationship right now than 99% of men because I had this crippling anxious attachment where I basically thought she was cheating on me if she didn't text me back for like 2 hours, right? All this stuff, because of all this, because I saw this as an opportunity to actually improve, to actually like, I needed to change essentially, right? I needed to do something against this. That's why I got to the other side. Same with, for example, both of us working so much and working so hard. We didn't just find ways to work hard and have the relationship. No, our relationship actually became better because we worked hard, and the relationship supported our goals. So we achieved our goals more because we were in the relationship. The reason why I'm now able to actually have my cup in terms of relationship just overflow and then give you that water that overflows from my cup through these videos and give that to my clients as well, right? And help those also get to this point. The only reason why that actually happened is because I saw all these challenges as opportunities to actually grow. I saw them as like things that I got like basically as a present from the world to actually become stronger, actually become better. And the bigger the challenge, the bigger the opportunity to actually grow stronger together. That's it. This goes so far that some attachment scientists even go as far as saying The biggest thing in building secure attachment between two partners is going through challenges, going through hard times together and coming out on top on the other side. Brother, there will always be challenges in a relationship. Two people who are so close will always upset each other. They will always at one point just disagree on certain things, and that's completely okay. But make sure that you, first of all, act authentic, fully lean into your authentic self. Secondly, not push any insecurities that you have away, but overcome them. Thirdly, don't allow sacrificed goals to deteriorate your relationship and build resentment. And fourthly, that's a word, I don't know, actually become anti-fragile. And then, and only then, will you actually be able to build the one relationship with this woman that you're currently with. And again, if you're in your 20s and you found the woman that you want to spend the rest of your life with, but your relationship isn't where you want it to be, then I want to offer you my help. This is only for guys whose health and whose wealth is already at a good level, who are already making money, already kind of successful in those two areas in life, right? Health and wealth. But now they want to take this part, relationships, to the next level. If that's you, you can always apply to work with me and get my mentorship. In the description below, there's a quick application form. Just fill that out. And if I think you're a good fit, I'll reach out to you and we'll get on a call to actually see if you qualify. Talk to you very soon. Have a great day.